Namaste everyone. Welcome to Yoga Fitness with Priyanka Sharma. And in today's class, I have Miss Rana. She is my favorite student and a mother, strong mother, who is going to join me for today's class. And we will be taking today 5 asanas where we are going to make a little adjustments and the alignments of the postures. So I hope you will enjoy this video. Stay tuned till the end. We'll start with the first asana. It is Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So, Miss Rana, you can lie down for me. Yeah. So, we will be showing you the wrong and the correct manner of asana. So, first thing is she is doing it in the wrong way. Inhale, you raise, and what people do it mistake is shrugging your shoulders and putting lot of pressure on the elbow joint. If you see, the shoulders are lifted and there is no space to create by moving her head back, and then slowly relax. There's a lot of pressure and as well as there is no adjustments here. There is no effect in the spine and there's a lot of hyperextension, I may say. Okay, now she will be demonstrating the correct way. Let's see. Inhale. Okay. So, only till the abdomen you have to lift your Bhujangasana. Elbow is slightly bent. If you see, arms are tucked in, elbows are bent. So, she's working on the muscle. And the shoulders are rolling back and down. So, she has this length where she can put a pressure on the palms and lifting her chest and raising her neck up. So, this is the correct way of doing Bhujangasana, and the legs feet back together and hips squeeze. Slowly exhale, relax. Okay, so after Bhujangasana, she will take a child's pose where she will relax her spine and the shoulders and the head relax. Moving to the second asana is Paschimottanasana. So, slowly rise up and stretch your legs out. So, first she will do it in the wrong way, like what people do the mistake, like generally people make this mistake, stretching the legs out and you are moving your arms in front, curving the back. If you see, there is a lot of compression in this center of the spine and you are developing a lot of hunch where you are not feeling the stretch at all in the spine, it's only on the hamstring and there is no you will not feel that great while doing this asana. Okay, relax. Now let's do it in the correct way. See, if you cannot stretch your hands, there is one exercise which I will be telling you. Anybody, whoever is there available, or maybe the block also, you can use a block, okay, yoga blocks. So I will be stepping forward on top of her mat. Now breathe in and stretch. So she is bending from her lower back and hold my ankle, yeah. And I will start shifting behind. See, the more I will shift back, the more she creates that length and I will push her from the shoulders. So if you can see, now her spine is not hunched, she is getting a proper stretch in her spine as well as her tummy is rested on the thighs. And since she's so flexible and she's practicing, so you can see her spine very nicely flowing forward. Now you catch hold your ankles or your feet. Yes. One more stretch I will be showing you is what you can do is you can push from the lower spine, this, and then the mid back. Then you will see eventually from the head she's moving to her chin. Perfect. So this will help her posture to be more and more focused in her core, thighs and her spine, giving a very good length and the stretch. And very slowly lift your chin up. You stretch your arms forward, lengthen that spine, and then vertebrae by vertebrae, you're coming up and relax your hands. Okay, we move to the third asana. Is how are you feeling, Rana, till now? You're feeling great. Okay, so we move to the third adjustment is headstand or Shirshasana. Most of the people, yeah, she will be demonstrating the wrong way and then I will be seeing how well she can do it. I'll adjust her posture. So let's begin. So let's see how she she do it in the wrong manner. Like many of them, they use not their crown but use their forehead in headstand, and they hunch a lot. There are too much of arching of the spine this way. They arch and then lift your leg up. So there is no stability, there is no firmness. If the foundation is okay, we relax. If your foundation is not right, then what will happen? You will not be able to lift your legs up. So there is no strength, and here you are using lot of strength and you get tired easily. Now let's see the correct manner of the Shirshasana. First you interlock, or you take this folded arm. This is the correct way of using your hands. Interlock your fingers. So if you see, she is forming a V shape, or it's a shoulder width apart. Use your crown. So her crown is rested between her palms, holding her head well with her fingers. Now breathe and lift your hips up. You have to walk until you find this shoulder and this hip. It's coming in one line. If you see, there is an engagement of the lower abdomen. There is no arch. She is not arching. She is holding this, tucking her tailbone. Now lift your legs one by one. Yes, and slowly she have a lot of firmness, and the core is engaged. Her hips is contract and toes pointing up. So this is a perfect way and the correct way of doing headstand, using her shoulders and engagement of the core. These are the two major things to practice Shirshasana. You can also check my tutorial of Shirshasana. I will be putting in the suggested video. Thank you. Now slowly fold your knees, very slowly coming down, hugging that thighs to the stomach, and relax. When doing headstand or inversion, do not lift your head immediately. First you need to relax your shoulders, and maybe you can move your hands behind and resting and nodding your head side to side to massage your neck and to cool down that blood circulation. Now the fourth asana is Veerbhadrasana or warrior. We'll practice warrior 1. So what generally people make this mistake and they injure their knee or the ligament of the knee is, we will show, okay, Miss Rana will step her left foot forward and the right. So the distance, what first mistake they make is the distance less. Second mistake is this knee is not properly aligned. If you see, it's slightly shifted to the right side. So there is a lot of pressure on this knee area. And this hip is also not properly adjusted. If you see, this hip is not in square shape, it's opened. So there is no stretch in this. In fact, you are doing a lot of hyper extension workout and you may injure your knee. Okay, relax, Ms. Rama. Yeah, you can use your other leg if you want. Now we will see what is the correct manner. Okay, step your right foot forward and try to make 3 or 3.5 foot distance. So more length you create in your back leg. Then breathe out, fold your front knee and check this knee cap is pointing in front. She is not pointing it inward or outward. This hip to her knee is in one line. Now push your hip little forward. So you will feel the stretch in the hamstring and the upper side of the thigh. Now this hip part. So use this palm and try to rotate this hip. So you can feel that the hip is going in a square shape and back foot is engaged. Your toes are slightly pointing outward. Now inhale and raise your arms up. So while lengthening your hands, this chest is slightly lifted and opening your chest. Breathe in. Her head is between her arms. So this is the correct way and the core is engaged. So if you see, this is very important, this knee and this hip, and very slowly relax, relaxing her face. Amazing, good job. Okay, so we survived till 4 asanas. Rana did great job. Now the 5th asana is Dandasana or plank. Many of them, many students, they struggle with the planks, but when they get there, they see there is an arch in the spine, there's a shoulders are shrugging and opening. So there is not a proper way of doing a plank. If you want to do it plank, we will explain you how, but let's see what is the wrong method of doing plank. Let's see how Rana. So first she is showing the wrong method. See, generally I see people, they are arching their spine and the shoulders are shrugged. So there is no alignment, she is not feeling any stretch in her core. This will give you a more and more, there is a lot of pressure in the lower back area. Okay, relax. So this is the wrong method. Now let's see the right way of doing plank. Plank is very important. In Hatha Yoga we do plank, we do Ashtanga, we do Vinyasa. Every time we use this plank. Now first thing is the shoulder width apart. Then holding that core in and the pelvic. So you can see slightly hips coming up. So from the head to her hip, the alignment is in one line. Then knees strong, toes well stretched. So, and the shoulders are protract. If you see, there is no hunch or there is no arch in her shoulders. So this is a perfect way of doing plank. And also palm fingers wide and open, because I feel the grip, you need to maintain that grip of the fingers. And slowly relax. You can just hug your shoulders and just give a little more movements to the wrist. Yeah, and we are done for the 5 asanas. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do like, do subscribe and share this video. So I would like to ask Ms. Rana, how did you felt?
I felt great. Thank you so much. With the proper alignment, I guess we can all improve our yoga poses and have a better class. So thank you.
Thank you. Stay blessed.